Hey YouTube balls and views here, and welcome to Raw is War, and tonight we have something special. I am joined by my commentary correspondent, Turbo Tony.
That's damn right. That's damn right. And why am I coming to Montreal, Canada, of all places, for my first time on the announcers booth for this show? Could you not pick a better city?
Listen, I'm telling you, once you watch this, you will love it. Our opening contest is Billy Gunn versus Fit
Finlay. Fit Finlay. Now that's a guy who knows a scrap or two. I don't know if Billy Gunn's going to be able to keep up with him.
Well, who knows? Billy Gunn, of course, former hardcore champion here in Universe mode, but after losing that belt, has not been very dominant in Universe mode on Raw or even ECW. But maybe a victory over the newly debuted Finlay
you know what?
Help him out.
I don't think it's going to go down that way. Trust me. That I just don't think it's going to be Billy Gunn's night.
Well, to each their own. But Fit Finlay, very dominant following a debut not too long ago. Will he be able to keep that momentum going? That is the true question, as both men are ready and set for action. Billy Gunn, Fit Finlay one-on-one to open up Monday Night Raw.
This is going to be a hell of a show. That's one thing we can get agreed on here.
Alright, now a side headlock, and powering him back, Billy Gunn probably has the strength advantage.
Oh. That's why you don't mess with a man like Finlay. There's nothing pretty about this guy. It's just big hits, big slams. That's his whole deal. That's how he gets the job done.
Very much so. Referee breaking the two up, but a cheap shot by Billy Gunn. And look at this, forcing Gunn back again. Fit Finlay. Our referee breaking it up.
Oh, come on. The official here. The official here has got to get it back into this match. What is he doing? Where'd you get these guys?
And now you might have to give him a bit of a talking to after this.
I will. You know what? I might have to take this up with the authorities after this match. This is ridiculous at this point.
And now Finlay wrestling Gunn, side headlock again. Now is that key lock. And Finlay has made a name for himself all over the world and is here on Raw is War, trying to claim his rightful place, in his opinion. Oh, and reversing suplex Finlay.
I'll tell you what Finlay will do over the course of this match. I've seen it plenty of times over my career. He's going to slowly wear down Billy Gunn. He's going to slowly wear him down. He's going to put him in places. Look at that. Does that look like a hold that you want to be involved in?
I can say it is definitely not something I want to be involved in, because Fit Finlay, just taking the assault to Billy Gunn as these two fight. It's not even a wrestling match with moves like that. Finlay is making this into a brawl.
Yeah, the referees might have to call this off. Finlay's looking too dominant here. He's looking like he doesn't just want to beat Billy Gunn. He wants to hurt him. He wants to make an example out of him.
Yeah, focusing on the midsection. Fit Finlay just working. And there, a European uppercut. Irish whip into the corner. And now, boot from Gunn. And Billy Gunn now, reversing a huge club right to the back of the neck.
There's nothing technical about a club to the back of the head, but it's just as efficient.
And a knee right to the skull. And now Gunn, snapmare, taking him right down. And a side headlock, slowing down the pace, trying to gain control back from Fit Finlay. Now we saw on last episode of Raw is War, we saw Fit Finlay take on Ken Shamrock. And surprisingly, Finlay beat Shamrock.
That was a big win for Finlay. Beating a guy like Shamrock, right? Shamrock's the kind of guy that you don't want to mess with. And beating a guy like Shamrock. Here we go.
1, 2, and
he's got it. Oh. That was. I thought he had him there for a moment.
And now, reversal by Gunn. And what were you saying? Sorry.
It's the victory against Shamrock that is. I mean, it's such early in his time here that is such a pivotal thing. You don't get easy victories over a guy like Shamrock.
That is very true. And only a 1 count keeping down Finlay. Oh, and a kick right to the gut now. A second. Oh, Orbit's famous
he's got it
by Billy Gunn.
He's got it. It's over. Come on.
1, 2. No, not even a 2 count. Not even a 2 count. Fit Finlay kicking out. And my goodness, this match, you can see the frustration on Billy Gunn's face.
What has he got left? What else can he do to Fit Finlay to win this match?
These two opening up Raw is War. As mentioned, Fit Finlay beat Ken Shamrock in his debut. Will he be able to beat Billy Gunn? Just the same, we shall see. Gunn has the momentum.
Oh dear.
Now pulling him up to the top rope.
Nothing good can happen when you're on the top rope.
That is very true. Now Gunn.
Oh goodness.
Has him up. Superplex by Billy Gunn. Both men right to the mat. Gunn quickly with the pin attempt. And just a 2 count.
Oh my god. How is Fit Finlay kicking out of this?
And now, punch the jaw. Front face lock. Taking him over. Back into the corner. What does Gunn have in mind? Oh, those shoulder blocks.
He's just going to keep working away on Finlay, trying to find some sort of opening. But if the Famouser can't beat him, I don't know what Billy Gunn's got left in the tank. He's probably thinking of ways that he can put Finlay away.
Very true, and we see that power bomb in the corner, followed by a suplex, pin attempt, lateral press, and just a 1 count.
This guy is looking unstoppable. Fit Finlay is receiving a ton of damage in this match, and yeah, sure, you can see it's starting to affect him, but
fallaway slam. If anything didn't affect him before, that most definitely will. Right on the outside, that thin padding.
There is that you're being generous calling that padding. That's basically nothing out there.
Oh, and a game.
Oh my goodness. That padding's not going to help at all. That's basically landing back first on concrete, his head smacking up against that. This could be over right here.
That is very true. And you mentioned his head hitting that matting at a 6 count. You saw Finlay was somewhat dazed.
He might not be seeing clearly. He's probably just throwing moves at blurs. But you know what? At the moment, he seems to be getting back on track.
Oh, very true. Finlay, what's he doing here? Up to the top and
oh god,
no way.
No, don't do this. Think of your health.
Oh my god.
We gotta get guys. What these guys? These guys are gonna kill each other before this is over.
And Finlay just taking him to. Pulling Gunn up, what else can he have in mind? Those fists right to the jaw. Short arm clothesline.
Oh my goodness. How are these guys still standing?
I have no idea. They fell. It had to have been 10 feet from the top rope. Oh, right to the ground. Another short arm clothesline. Finlay, though, he's getting visibly tired as this match goes on.
They've beaten the holy hell out of each other here on Monday Night Raw. Listen, this is the opening match of the show. These guys are putting out a statement right here. I don't think is Billy Gunn going to make this count? I think he's going to get counted out.
And there we go, a count out victory.
Oh my goodness!
By Finlay. And that, it might not be a pinfall or a submission, but Finlay picking up the victory by way of countout.
Listen, that's domination right there. He beat him up so bad that he couldn't answer the count of 10. That's as good as a pinfall victory for Fit Finlay. He beat him up so badly that he couldn't even get up on his feet. That's a victory that he'll take any day of the week.
here we saw that Famouser just taking down Fit Finlay, and not even a 2. The ref's hand barely hits the mat, and Finlay, he took a lot of abuse, but at the end of the night, it didn't seem to affect him at all. He took a superplex into the ring, delivered one outside of the ring, and took fallaway slams.
There was a part of this match where I thought maybe he'd lost his footing, maybe it was over, but that's the sort of man that Fit Finlay is. He's a tough son of a bitch. That's the only other way to think about it.
That is very true. And on Raw is War, with a dominant victory like that, I don't think anything else could happen that could really phase him as he ascends to the top.
That's a hell of a victory, and I'd be thinking that there's big things in the future for Fit Finlay the way this is going.
Very true, and he seems to be quite popular with the crowd here in Montreal, and you can see very arrogantly standing in the ring, almost as if he demands another challenge. And that we'll have to see next week on Raw is War. But for now, we have our next matchup.
Now, this
triple
is
threat match.
This is a hell of a match. This match is going to be one that answers a lot of questions. We're going to find out who's the contender. And look at him, right there. D'Lo Brown. He's the man. He is the one that's going to walk out of this. I know it. I know it to be true. And you know those other two guys, they're good. They're good as well.
Well, D'Lo Brown, of course, has held gold before. Former hardcore champion. But it doesn't look like it's been good times for the Nation of Domination in recent memory. D'Lo losing the hardcore title, and most notably Farouk losing the WWE Championship to Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Now listen. If you want to stay on my good side, you'll stop talking about Farouk losing that championship, okay? All right?
Well, talking about hardships, going from the Nation to William Regal, and you can see very frustrated is Regal. He was defeated by Nation member Mark Henry, something you probably very happy about, and he lost his Intercontinental title to the World's Strongest Man.
Well, the way you got to look at it, listen, mate. I know my brethren here, the man from my country, William Regal. I want to get behind him, but when you've got someone as dominant as Mark Henry, it's just the way it goes.
That is very true. Mark Henry dominated William Regal. In fact, that's an understatement. Mark Henry, of course, undefeated here on Raw is War, and no one has kicked out of the World's Strongest Slam.
And no one will. You can't
well,
do
that
it. Not this freak in here. What is he doing? Tell me what this guy is doing right now.
Well, Mankind is an odd individual. There's no question about that. But he has delivered. He's a former 3-time WWE champion. It looks to become an Intercontinental champion.
This guy is something straight out of the loony bin. You want to talk about a champion? You want to talk about a superstar? You want to talk about one guy that you want to put your money on to deliver? This is D'Lo Brown. This is the guy right here. Look at him. How can you not say this guy is not everything? He's exactly what you want in a pro wrestler today. D'Lo Brown, soak it in. Soak it in.
That is true. D'Lo Brown, very gifted in the squared circle. However, you can't deny that in the past little while, he has been beat. So a victory here would be very good for the Nation and for D'Lo Brown. As this match looks to be getting started. And referee rings the bell, and Foley with a huge bionic elbow right to William Regal.
This guy's absolutely... D'Lo, get in there. Stop that count. Stop it. Oh.
And there we go. The count. It was a kick out. You obviously seem to favor the Nation. But D'Lo being sent to the outside. And a Northern Light
I favor
suplex.
the best pro wrestlers in the world. That's all I favor. That's exactly why D'Lo Brown is he's a guy that I'm pulling for, because he is the best pro wrestler in this match, and you should be pulling for him too.
Well, I'm not going to deny that D'Lo is good. Oh, but those knees from Regal. William Regal is one of those wrestlers that you just watch with amazement.
He can't use that. He can't use the sledgehammer.
He can. This match, no disqualification and no countout. The only rules are the pinfall has to be made in the center of the ring.
No, you award the match to D'Lo Brown. You award it to Matt. We award it to. No, he's won. He's won, isn't he? Surely.
Our referee has not called for the bell, therefore, this match still will continue as D'Lo Brown seems to be the center of attention, but not in a good way. Taking a kick to the gut, and those straight right hands, left hands, and a shot to Regal.
Just, he can use that chair wherever he wants, Mankind, as long as he gets it nowhere near D'Lo Brown.
Talking about D'Lo, shot right to the skull.
That's a face you need to see in movies or in magazines. You can't hit that with a steel chair. What is he doing?
Oh, and just being taken down. A knee drop right to the skull. And German on the outside on D'Lo Brown.
Goodness. So we need help out here for D'Lo Brown. This is unfair. They're teaming up on him. Can't you see that?
Oh, I don't believe so. Foley now. Skull right across. Right against that ring post. D'Lo now thrown in the ring. And a punch right to the skull. And an elbow.
Oh my goodness. You can't do that to D'Lo Brown. Do these guys not have any respect for the talent that is D'Lo Brown?
Well, D'Lo Brown is talented. I have said it before and I will say it again. However, the question is, what will happen if he has to take on fellow brethren in the nation, Mark Henry, if he is successful?
Well, that'll be a match for the ages. Two of the best. But, what's happening here?
Pile driver!
Oh my God.
A huge pile driver.
No.
And now a pin attempt. And no. Broken up.
D'Lo's, he's not looking so, I don't want to say it, but he's not looking so good. Regal and Mankind look like they've got something extra left in the tank.
And Brown heading to the outside of the ring. I don't blame him. Making a separation. And now, what is Foley doing?
Get him
taking apart the table.
What is this maniac got in his mind? What's he gonna do?
And Regal reversing it. Our referee powerless to stop this as it's on the outside of the ring. Though D'Lo Brown, your man, very smart, staying away from the fight.
Well, that's a champion's way of thinking right there. Why go in there and fight? See, now he's picked his time. Now he's picked his moment. That's the superstar that everyone can get behind. That's D'Lo Brown.
Well, and now a shot to Regal. And you were talking about people beating up on D'Lo. It seems like Mankind was using him as a friend until he didn't need him, taking that chair to both men.
He's got no honor. I always said that about Mankind. He's a maniac.
And just a bulldog and dropping him right on that chair.
I think he's busted open. I think he's busted open.
And Regal. Yes, it does seem like it. And now, back suplex. That Greco-Roman suplex on the outside. And now D'Lo throwing Regal into the ring. Elbow right to that cut.
He's opening up.
And a hip toss.
Oh my goodness.
This match. Right into the corner of the announce table. D'Lo Brown not looking so good. I don't see a victory for him in this matchup, I have to say.
You need to wash your mouth out with soap saying such ludicrous things.
And now in the ring again, Mankind seems to have something in mind for that table, but has not been successful in executing anything. D'Lo Brown with a side effect. And, into the corner now.
I think Regal's out. Have you seen it? He doesn't look like he's responding.
And no. Just dropping him with the snake eyes. And Brown being picked up. What are we going to see Foley do? Mankind is, of course, one of the faces of Foley. Another is Cactus Jack.
You know what I'd like D'Lo Brown to do? I'd like him to smash all the faces of Mick Foley, so there isn't any of them left.
Well, you have to consider the fact that Cactus Jack is the former ECW World Champion. As how
oh my goodness, is that Socko?
Tazin. That is the Mandible Claw, Mr. Socko.
Stop him! Stop it!
Oh, and there we go, Regal. Oh, Mankind now being picked up by D'Lo Brown, thrown into the ring. These guys brawling in and out of the ring. They've used chairs, hammers, bats. They've been on the cement, on the padding, on the canvas, everything. Oh, and now D'Lo's set outside the ring.
I think he landed awkwardly on that monitor. He might have had a problem with his leg there. You can't.
Oh, look at Mankind just sadistically waiting as one of these two stand up, and Regal's getting up, but intentions. There might be intentions for. Oh, they're right on our announce table. On the announce table. Oh. Has him in a DDT.
What is he thinking?
The table didn't even break.
Oh my
D'Lo
God.
Brown's neck snapped back. I wonder what happened. He's out of it.
We need to get people out here. You can't. D'Lo, come on, man, come on. We need medical personnel out here. Did you not just see what happened?
I have to agree with you. That did look awful for D'Lo Brown. He might. We don't see him on our camera right now. Oh, and he's moving. That is good. But will he be fast enough to get in the ring?
Just get out of here, D'Lo.
On his feet.
I don't want any more damage to come to this guy. What is this sadistic freak Mankind gonna do next?
And Mankind shoving him down to the mat. D'Lo Brown almost on instinct. And now is thrown out of the ring. It's Regal and Mankind in the ring. Brown is out on the outside. Oh, and now an Irish whip over the top. Mankind sending Regal. And now just sitting in the center of the ring waiting.
Is this the guy that you really want to win this match, huh? Look at him. Look at him. He doesn't even know where he is.
I'm impartial for how this is. Oh, and a bulldog.
Oh, my God.
I just want to see the best wrestling, and that is what we see every single episode. Oh, and a huge toss off the top.
As much as I hate to admit it here, no, get that out of his mouth! What are you doing?
And Socko, Mr. Socko, what's going to happen?
You can't do that to D'Lo Brown. What is he doing?
Trying to end D'Lo Brown, but no. And is Brown out? The referee's not calling it. Oh, the pin by Regal. 1, 2, and broken up by Foley.
Oh my God! The one thing that I could take solace is that D'Lo Brown isn't busted open like William Regal. He's bleeding all over the place.
That is very true. William Regal, his skull has been opened up, and look at this Foley doing that signature pose about Mr. Socko. He keeps him in his trunks, not the most sanitary of places.
We need to get Mr. Socko removed. We need to get it burnt somewhere.
I will echo that sentiment, but now, and Brown fighting Foley. Oh, but taken down with an arm drag, something we don't usually see Mick Foley do. Another bulldog on D'Lo.
Oh my goodness! Someone stop the match. We've got to get D'Lo out here. We need. He can't be taking this much damage.
And Foley now breaking up the pinfall between William Regal and D'Lo Brown. Regal and Brown. Oh, they seem to be going back and forth, but look at this. Suplex by William Regal. Beautiful suplex. Brown using the ropes and cheating. What do you say about that?
You do
Your man is cheating.
You need to do what you need to do to win the match. As long as you win the match, I don't give a rat's ass what you do in that ring.
Oh, and now look what's happening here. Oh, double arm DDT Foley.
Oh no.
He hurt himself too. What are we gonna see? Regal is out on the outside of the ring.
Come on, D'Lo. Kick out.
1, 2, 3. That is it. Mick Foley pins D'Lo Brown and will face Mark Henry. here on Raw is War in the future. Now, he must be heartbroken.
Well, you know what?
Your man D'Lo Brown lost.
The way I look at it, right, is that D'Lo Brown, he gave his buddy Mark Henry a bit of an early Christmas gift. You know why? He's gonna let him beat Mankind all across the ring and teach him a lesson that you don't mess with the Nation of Domination. Mark Henry is gonna eat this guy up and spit him out.
Well, as we saw, and here's where I believe D'Lo Brown could have been seriously injured. Both men are on the table, and look at this, a modified DDT, and we didn't catch all of it. But as we saw, D'Lo Brown's neck snapped back, and that double arm DDT could not have helped.
You know what? I can't wait now. I can't wait for Mark Henry to end Mankind's career. I can't wait for it to happen. I hope he does it through the announce table. I hope he throws them all over the place like Mankind did to D'Lo tonight.
And again, Mankind sitting, potentially nursing those wounds. And he could be our future Intercontinental Champion. And I know that you would very much dislike that, but it would be a very interesting thing as Foley has never won the Intercontinental Championship.
You like spinning your stories, but it'll never happen. You just can't beat Mark Henry. He's unbeatable.
Well, in the past little while, it does seem like such. However, will he be beat by Mankind? We will see soon on Raw is War, as Mankind Mick Foley was the victor of the triple threat.
He was lucky.
And now we have a one-on-one match. Is the debut of Shawn Michaels as he takes on Brian Pillman. Of course, Michaels was part of the Montreal Screwjob here in Montreal, screwing Bret Hart of the title. This crowd hates Shawn Michaels with a burning passion.
You know what I loved about the Montreal Screwjob? You know what I loved about it? Is the fact that everyone disliked it for the sole reason that they wanted Bret Hart to win and they didn't get what they wanted. They're a bunch of crybabies. The real man won that night.
He won through a screw job, through help from Vince McMahon himself, Earl Hebner, and of course the timekeeper. It was orchestrated behind the scenes, but you know what? Brian Pillman looks to get redemption for that tonight. It is Michaels' debut here on Raw is War, his re-debut, I should say, as Pillman the loose cannon. Seems to be the crowd favorite starting off here tonight.
You know, what I think is quite good, one thing I will be happy with the management for, is that they gave Michaels on his first match here an easy beat. And let's to be honest, right? He's gonna wipe the ring with Pillman, and you know what? Just sit back and enjoy this guy's body of work. He's fantastic. He is one of the top pro wrestlers in the world today. Oh, look at him! Look! How can you not like that? How can you not like that?
And I will not deny that Shawn Michaels is one of the, if not the greatest wrestlers of all time. He debuted last week super kicking Stone Cold Steve Austin after Austin won the WWE Championship. Quite a debut for him. Quite a return to Raw is War. But he's here, and what will he do? Will he be able to beat Pillman? You say it's an easy threat. I think Brian Pillman will give him the fight of potentially his career. I have to say, I have a lot of faith in Brian Pillman. He's a former hardcore champion, and he could potentially be a former WWE champion if you... Wait a minute!
What's going on here?
Speaking of the WWE champion, what? Stone Cold Steve Austin, he is friends, very good friends with Brian Pillman, former tag partners, and he's the WWE champion, and it looks to me like he's coming out to be at ringside for this matchup.
What is he doing out? He's got no business here.
And Austin, with the title belt that he beat Farouk for, and took it from the Nation of Domination.
I told you not to talk about that. I said if you want to stay on my good side, you don't talk about Farouk losing the title, okay?
Well, it's the facts, and that's all that it is. As Stone Cold Steve Austin holds up his championship belt, he's very popular here in Montreal. But what will happen as the two lock up in the center of the ring? Shawn Michaels with that side headlock, and now a key hold on Brian Pillman. And Pillman now, I'd have to say, out of these two, they are, from a technical standpoint, I have to say Michaels has the advantage. However, Pillman does have the more agile side of his wrestling style than Shawn Michaels.
Are you talking about the same Brian Pillman that I'm seeing in the ring right now? You want to say that he's more agile than the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels? Okay, you know what? I was trying to save you from losing your journalistic integrity, but sure, you could throw that down the drain.
Well, I have to say, Pillman is very impressive. And talking about his agility, that head scissors taking down Shawn Michaels in the early going as Michaels rolls to the outside and just taking a little bit of a breather. Oh, and catching Pillman off guard. And a punch to the side of the head and an elbow right to the jaw.
That referee better keep an eye on the rattlesnake. You know what he's like. You know what he's like. He can't help himself. He will lay hands on the Heartbreak Kid and... you know what? We should just inject him right now. Get him out of here.
There's no lie that Stone Cold Steve Austin does not like Shawn Michaels. They've had their rivalries in the past, but not just that. Shawn Michaels kicked Stone Cold Steve Austin right in the jaw. As Michaels being thrown almost outside of the ring, these fans here live are getting a kick out of it. They hate the Heartbreak Kid with a passion, but you feel the opposite response.
They
you
should
praise them almost as much as the Nation of Domination.
I'll tell you what, right? These fans should be, they're privileged to see Shawn Michaels perform in front of them. They should be throwing roses into the ring. They're so disrespectful. That's why I don't want to be here.
Well, you're here and you're on Raw is War. Of course, you are my correspondent, Turbo Tony, from the Let's Talk Wrestling podcast. But this isn't Let's Talk Wrestling. This is wrestling right here on Raw is War as Pillman looks to have the upper hand against Shawn Michaels here in this match.
You know what? I think it's really nice, actually, personally, that Shawn is giving Pillman a chance to feel as if he's got a shot. I think it's really nice that he's doing that because, let's be honest, if Michaels wanted to beat Pillman right now, he could do it. It's that easy.
And, oh, look at this. Shawn Michaels taunting this Montreal crowd and a chop. And now a backbreaker by Pillman. We saw Michaels use that same backbreaker not too long ago, and Pillman used it himself. Drop kicks to the side of the skull.
You're talking about that, him using the same backbreaker that Michaels used. This guy's not original. He's just seeing greatness and he's trying to emulate it. At very least, I can respect that.
Well, now it seems that Michaels, every time he gets a bit of momentum, he's cut off by Brian Pillman. Now Pillman attempting a pin. And no, and you can see the rattlesnake Stone Cold Steve Austin on the outside of the ring, analyzing everything that's happening, almost cheering on Pillman.
You know, I think that Stone Cold should be making better use of his time. He should be polishing that championship, ready for when Michaels decides that he wants it.
Well, that is where we disagree. I believe that as good as Shawn Michaels is, I'm not sure if he can beat Stone Cold Steve Austin. Austin has been running rampant over the WWE as of late. He beat Triple H. He beat The Undertaker. He almost beat Farouk, but the only reason why he didn't was due to interference, because of the Nation of Domination. And now that he's potentially facing an opponent in Shawn Michaels who's on his own, I think Austin will be able to take him out without too much of an issue.
Too much of an... I wish sometimes you could hear yourself speak. Talk about the Heartbreak Kid. Shawn Michaels. Okay? Let's not be playing any games. I tell you what, just watch. Look at him right there. He's performing a clinic on Pillman.
And those knife edge chops, very Ric Flair-like, and I won't argue with you. He is wrestling a lot at a lot of a high level. At a very high level here tonight, but so is Brian Pillman. For every move that Shawn Michaels can do, Brian Pillman practically has a reversal and a counter. Speaking of counters, throw him into the corner right there.
I'm telling you, Michaels has got Pillman exactly where he wants him. He just doesn't even know it
exactly
yet.
where he wants him, but a pinfall, is that where Shawn wants to be with both of his shoulders on the mat?
He dealt with it just fine.
Oh, but how will he deal with it after taking a lot of Pillman's offense? Will he still be the same? I'm not sure. And another pin attempt. And a two.
Kick
oh.
out.
And a kick out by Shawn Michaels. Now an elbow right to the jaw. Oh, a super kick.
He's got it.
Sweet chin music out of nowhere.
It's over. Pin him. It's done.
Pin. 1, 2. No.
What?
Brian Pillman kicks out.
Well, the referee, he did a slow count. You saw that, right?
The referee counted just like he counts every other pinfall. But my goodness, and a power slam. And Shawn Michaels now stomping on Pillman. Obviously, somewhat aggravated for how that went down.
Listen, you don't just kick out of the super kick, okay? You don't kick out sweet chin music. You just don't do that. The referee clearly he was feeling sorry for Pillman, and he counted just a little bit too slow. Watch now as Michaels puts this guy behind the shed, puts a slug in the back of him, and puts him out for good. Are you really happy about that? Look at him. He's going to injure the guy. He's going to end his career. Are you happy about that?
Well, I have to say, it doesn't matter if the referee counted slow or not. Brian Pillman still kicked out of the sweet chin music. You can't take that away from the guy, as he looks to being potentially to ending this match, and Shawn Michaels with that spinning heel kick. It's part of his arsenal of moves, but Michaels, Irish whip, and a crossbody.
I'm going to tell you right now that Shawn Michaels, he's insulted that Brian Pillman kicked out. He's angry that he had the gall to even think about kicking out of sweet chin music. Now he's going to punish him. Now he's going to make an example out of him. And it's not going to be pretty. And these fans...
A sharpshooter in Montreal. And this crowd, very vocal in their opinion, booing Shawn Michaels. Could this be it? Pillman reaching for the ropes. Brian Pillman. And Michaels letting him out. But you can see the smile on his face as he had that sharpshooter locked in. Maybe we could see another screw job.
You should have seen the smile on my face. I loved it. It was brilliant.
And a snake eyes by Michaels, just with the offense, the dominant offense over Brian Pillman. As now guillotining his throat, his larynx right over the bottom rope.
That guillotine is going to take out anything left that Pillman had left to fight.
And now, a punch and chop and a drop kick. Pillman reversing it though. Brian Pillman heading to the top rope. And Austin is looking on at both men. Brian Pillman. What is he doing here?
What is he planning?
Crossbody by Pillman! The crossbody by Brian Pillman! Taking out HBK! And now dragging him to the middle of the ring. Could this be it?
No, it can't
Brian
be.
Pillman has ended matches before with that move. 1, 2.
No.
And Michaels kicks out.
He kept that time the referee could count a bit slow. I'm happy with that. He could do it then. That's fine. For HBK, he deserves that.
But Shawn Michaels fighting back after that crossbody, after kicking out. Pillman flipping out. And now a chop to the chest of Shawn Michaels. And speaking of flipping out, I can just imagine how you and Shawn Michaels would react if he lost this match here tonight.
He's not going to lose. It's Shawn Michaels. He doesn't lose to the likes of Brian Pillman. Get that through your head.
And, Michaels was attempting his signature elbow, but Pillman rolls out of the way. Oh, and a back elbow now by Shawn Michaels as the Heartbreak Kid. A stomp. Just those stomps right to the gut of Pillman.
I hope he stomps him so he cuts him in half. You have Pillman flapping around all over the place.
Well, I have to say, you might be happy about that, but I guarantee this crowd will not be. As HBK in the corner, and he's tuning up the band. Will it be it? Will this be the match? Sweet chin music.
Yeah, let's watch it again in multiple angles. Brilliant. Let's just have all replays. Music.
But Michaels is down too. Oh, and Michaels.
This guy is he's the future champion. He's gonna take Pillman to town. What an insult for even thinking that he could compete with Shawn Michaels. He's gonna put him away.
And Michaels not even going for a pinfall after the sweet chin music. Elbow right to the heart of Brian Pillman. And what are we gonna see now? Oh, again, sweet chin music.
So sweet, we have to see it one more time.
Oh, Pillman. Brian Pillman moving out of the way. Backbreaker by Brian Pillman. And Brian Pillman, he ducked out of the way of the second sweet chin music. Michaels got cocky, and so did you. Expecting that to be it, but Brian Pillman now. Oh, missing the crossbody.
He's learned. That's how good of a pro wrestler. That after all the damage that HBK has sustained over the course of this match, he learned from earlier. He's adapting. Oh, do it again. Ring the bell. Ring the bell.
The sharpshooter. Again. Pillman crawling. Oh, and a rope break. Getting to the ropes. Brian Pillman not allowing more from Shawn Michaels with that sharpshooter. But look at this. Sweet chin music. Will we see it? So super kick right to the jaw.
This is what he caught him flush.
The third super kick of the match. And Michaels using the ropes to help him up. Not in a hurry to pin Brian Pillman. 3 sweet chin musics. That has to be 2. Oh my god!
What?
Brian Pillman kicked out.
No, that's not possible. He can't do that. You can't. What's going on here?
If you can find a way to explain why Shawn Michaels was screwed out of that one, I'd love to hear it. Because it doesn't seem apparent to me. Brian Pillman is one of the most resilient wrestlers we've ever seen in Raw is War, and it's apparent right now as he reverses the suplex.
I don't like the look of this. They should be carrying out Pillman in a body bag. What's he doing now? What's in his sick mind? Oh my goodness.
And a gut buster by Pillman. Oh, Brian Pillman up to the top rope. Again, will this be it? Elbow! Huge leap of faith elbow. Almost rubbing it in the face of Shawn Michaels. Kick to the gut. No, reverse the chop. Oh, backbreaker.
Michaels is finding something here. He's feeding off all this idiotic negativity from this Montreal crowd. He's going to silence them.
And those stomps by Shawn Michaels. Now Michaels up to the top rope, making the long climb up. Elbow, but he missed it. Pillman moved out of the way. Heel kick.
Oh my goodness.
By Pillman. And Michaels.
This can't be happening.
Michaels fighting back and looking for that guillotine again. And I believe that Shawn Michaels, that heel kick, it busted him open.
Yeah, he's wide open.
He's busted wide open. And and a jawbreaker now, dropping Michaels. And if you even say, Brian Pillman had a blade or had something sharp in his boots, that is not true. Brian Pillman is just laying in the assault, and that is what happens over time during a match as intense as this.
What's he doing up there now? Someone stop it. Stop him. This isn't right.
And Pillman just waiting for him. Crossbody!
No.
Brian Pillman hits the crossbody. This crowd is going wild. Brian Pillman, will he beat Shawn Michaels in Michaels' re-debut? And that is it. That is it. Brian Pillman has won, and compared to what you thought would happen, this is the exact opposite.
Michaels got screwed. He's been screwed again. It's revenge for the last time. They screwed him.
And how was that possible? How did Shawn Michaels get screwed out of this victory by Brian Pillman?
You'll see the fast count. The referee, he must have... This is Shawn Michaels.
It might be Shawn Michaels, but it's also Brian Pillman. Pillman took 3 Sweet Chin Musics and kept coming. I don't think that Brian Pillman is the one to blame for Michaels' loss. I believe he's to be praised for his performance here tonight against the Heartbreak Kid.
Listen, you know what? I will give it to you. It was a hell of a performance from Pillman. A hearty performance. I don't know how he managed to stay up after those 3 super kicks. I'll never know how that happened. I don't know. It just doesn't sit well with me.
And here we see the 3rd or 2nd, I believe, crossbody. And here's where the fast count happened. And that count seems pretty slow to me. It just seems like Michaels was out of it.
Well, we'll see the video footage at a later date. Listen, all things aside, I think we both could agree that was a hell of a match.
It was a hell of a match. It was a hell of a show, ladies and gentlemen. I have to say, if you liked what you saw here tonight, we have more on ECW, and I'm getting word now that Brian Pillman will be in contention for the WWE Championship. What a match we saw tonight. From Let's Talk Wrestling, we have Turbo Tony and I myself. I hope you did enjoy this. And Tony, play us out.
That's it. Next time you'll be able to catch us, and you know what? You might be able to see Shawn Michaels he needs a rematch. That's what he needs.
Well, we shall see, and I will talk to you guys later. Turbo Tony and I will see you later. Bubbles, out.